Wow, Facebook makes it really get really mad at you if you're late. And I was definitely running late. Let's see if we can. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had a full day, and I'm very running late. Welcome to Hands to Paws Live, where we have a call-in show, and welcome to our every other. Oh God, no. Cancel. Where we have an every other week, totally live. It is Claudia from Hands to Paws Grooming, Hands to God's Grooming. Hands to God's Grooming.com. Please go visit our website. We have some changes coming. And What's Up Dog on YouTube, where I will, in the next probably 10 days, start posting twice a week. You can follow Lamb Chop on my personal page, and we'll just call it The Adventures of Lamb Chop right now. And you can follow her at Claudia Olson on Facebook. And you can follow Hands to Paws on Facebook, Instagram, and or TikTok. Enjoy Lamb Chop in the background. This is the only way I can keep her I didn't have time. I ran in the house and I didn't have time to set her up and give her all her extra treats and everything for when I'm live, because Lamb Chop loves the camera. Lamb Chop, do you love the camera? Lamb Chop loves the camera and she loves being live with me. We've done this for years. She absolutely knows what the camera is. We're doing some blocking her. I don't want to block the view here, guys. We're doing some training with her, which I will discuss tonight because we're going to have a live call-in show. All right, I'm so behind. So if this was on YouTube, this would be way more acceptable. But if I didn't get my tushy on Facebook, Facebook would get very mad at me. And it would not let me come on live, right? And we would not want that. I just started my online thing. Any of that. Hold on, guys. My glasses aren't even on right. All right, so I'm waiting for an email. Thanks, guys. You definitely want to stay to the end. I'm waiting for an email, and we have Natalia, who is a military trainer. I call her the Shield Maiden. She is totally badass. I started my career because I absolutely adore training. And I also wanted to do a training video tonight. I'm sorry, guys. My day just went that way. It's just, so it's all okay. It's all okay. No anxiety here. Lots of it. I hope I'm entertaining either way. So much to there's a video that's out, and I'm going to say fair use right now if I can get this video up for you guys. Because it is a piece of equipment that we use at the salon for human safety that was so misappropriately used that it's shocking, and the dog passed away. So I had to watch this video several times because there's a crying mom, and she's telling her heartfelt story of how she lost her dog. And it is an excellent example of a piece of equipment that was totally misused. And hi, Marie. Hi, Claudia. I have a question for you. How can I make my dog stop barking? Oh, great question. Let's wait for Natalia. And let's see if I can hold on, Marie. Stay to the end. Don't go away, because we are totally doing a call-in. And I thought I might have to call Sky too, because I thought I could get my link up here and just get you guys in, but I may not be able to. Hold on. Thanks for your patience. I'm just going to take a chill, let you look at my bird. She's part of tonight's thing because we're training. If you're following, she doesn't have that many followers, but she gets a few views. It's a lot of fun doing the training with her. It reminds me of how slow you need to go with training. It reminds me of how slow I need to go when I'm explaining things so I don't miss baby steps. Hi, Sky, I'm live. How are you? Good. Good. So everybody can hear you, just so you're aware. Okay. I want to share my screen to get to that video, but I'm not seeing my share button. I don't know why I'm not seeing buttons tonight, Sky, but I'm not. It's not on your bottom right? No, I have mute, stop cam, setting, present, invite, and leave studio. That weird? That's weird. I know, and it also won't let me paste the link in my comments either. I wonder what's going on with this today. I don't know. Maybe we're having StreamYard. I'm streaming off of StreamYard, guys, and I might just be having StreamYard issues. I'm definitely getting comments. Marie just commented. But yeah, I have to leave studio. And let me see if. All right, cool. So I just wanted to show that Facebook video.
Which one? I can probably join in and then pull it up on Facebook.
Okay, I just shared it to Facebook. It's a TikTok video.
Okay, let me get on real quick on the thing.
All right, beautiful. And maybe you can figure out where the link is too, because I can copy it and get and email it, but I can't just post the link. I'm glad you're available because I would have just talked and talked and talked.
Okay, let me just do it real quick.
All right, beautiful. All right, let me just get Natalia too. And, you know, I'm going to stay on even if nobody's watching. We're going to figure this out because we're getting really, really, really good at being very consistent, being live no matter what's going on. So today I came from you fresh from the salon, fresh from a training customer, client. She's not really my client. They're Natalia's client. They are our groom clients, to straight to here, straight to on live. So I promise you, for real, I'm that busy of a girl and I'm that involved with the animals. You hear my bird? So if I have any lamb chop followers, now she's talking. Now's the time to get her on when she wants, because she loves Sky. Hey, Sky.
Hello. Okay, which video is it?
It is the TikTok video with the dogs at PetSmart. The dog's on a groomer's helper.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, little one.
I don't have a share button either.
She was talking to her.
That's weird. Wait, it said some of your destination have errors.
Yeah, it always says that.
Oh.
And it doesn't say it on mine, and I just clear them out and they're always fine.
Yeah, I don't have a share thing either.
Okay. Yeah, the share, and we'll have to. All right, so that's not going to happen tonight. That's okay. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get.
You need a Twinkie. Hey, you can have it.
Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to drop the link either.
Let me try.
No, give it to me because you're gonna have it all smushed.
Copy.
You can have it for after supper.
God, if you watch this on a replay, just skip through all this part. I'll tell you when the live starts. I'll go. It's starting now. But every time we do something like this and we have big hiccups in our giddy up, that's okay, because we've been getting ready to get on YouTube and get on TikTok live and get on Instagram live. So you got the link in. Beautiful.
Okay, so now if you can click it, maybe try to see if it'll pull up now.
The link, you got the link in.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Put this, it came in on my comments. So hold on, let's see. It won't let me click on it. It's giving me the link. See what it does? That's all it'll let me do. It'll let me put it on screen or take it off screen.
Poor Twinkie. Poor Twinkie.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
It'll let me either put it on screen or take it off. So I either have a show or a hide. If I put it on show, it shows up on the live. If I take it off, it comes off. Which is great if anybody on Facebook wants to send stars. That's like little tip money. Not that we've done anything to earn anything. Well, Lamb Chop has. but we'll have our Cash App and our PayPal up soon too if you wanted to leave tips. If you find, not tonight, guys. Tonight we're having technical difficulty night, but in the future, if you wanted to leave stuff, you could. We're figuring it out for YouTube and for everything else. We appreciate all your support and everybody that joins in, even if you're watching this really bad replay.
At least it'll be a little bit entertainment.
Right. And I have Lamb Chop in the back. She's just talking away. The problem is that Lamb Chop won't talk when I'm not talking. She'll only talk she'll only talk with me. Can you talk on your own? Can you say hello? Can you wave hi? Hey, don't ignore everybody. This isn't the moment to bite. What? Okay. So while Sky's checking things out, we're hopefully going to have Natalia on tonight. That was the plan. However, we still have like 15 minutes. I told Natalia about 6:30 because I wanted to go through this TikTok with you on PetSmart. And we want to talk about why it's so important for people in our industry to be appropriately trained on the equipment that they're given for their safety and the dog's safety. And this video is a wonderful way to show that, because that piece of equipment they're using is for the dog's safety and the person's safety. And it was so misused. They may not have known they were misusing it, that there was a catastrophe, a heartbreaking catastrophe. And Lamb Chop has started her own little social networking because apparently she is way more popular than I am. And she loves the camera. Do you love the camera? Yeah. So she has been happy to be on camera and showing some new toys and training techniques with the bird. I am not a bird trainer. I am a chick with a bird. I am a dog trainer. Natalia is a dog training, but training principles go from bird to dog to dolphin to whale to some human beings to a point, okay? Because humans have the capacity of rationalization and a different kind of understanding, where an animal like Lamb Chop would always be basically a 2 or 3 year old, and a Border Collie or a German Shepherd or a Malinois or a Tavern might be in the category of a 5-year-old intelligence. And listen, I'm not a bird person. I'm a chick with a bird. So my bird could be as smart as a 7-year-old, and I could have just misspoke that. But I do know that the training principles go across the board. So you can follow Lamb Chop, and we're working on desensitization to new objects now. The nice thing with Lamb Chop is we are a bonded pair. If I were talking to you about my dogs, I would tell you we're a pack. But as birds, she doesn't have any other bird. She doesn't have a male, so she sees me as her next. So we are considered a bonded pair, I believe. But I'm not a bird person, so don't get me on that. But it's a lot of fun to watch her train. Any luck?
No, I don't see there's anything in our settings either for
Weird.
So I don't know if it's something on their end.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet it's a StreamYard issue because it's not on your end, it's not on mobile, and I've never seen this ever. Like I would come on super confident. I was like, bam, bam, I got it. Where did the button go? Yeah. I bet you StreamYard's doing stuff.
Yeah, they could be trying to
They
could be trying to update something.
Yeah, I bet you that StreamYard's doing stuff. Okay. So, well, that's super disappointing. I'll explain it tonight, and then I'll show the video and go over it again. I mean, every live just can't be a raving success. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So, hey, while you're here, let me see where Natalia is. We weren't able to drop the link in either, were we?
The only if they can click in the comments. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
they won't let me paste it in the comments. That never happened to me before either. That's why I think it's a StreamYard thing. Anything I go to do, I can't do. Yeah. So, hey, everybody say hi to Sky because she is my partner in crime when it comes to social networking. Another year from now, you'll probably be going on her tutorials so she could tell you how to make money on social networking. Hey, can you send me your email? And then I can send you the link. Okay, beautiful. Bye.
Okay, sounds good. Bye.
All right, so I'm going to be able to email her the link. So Sky's going to be super wealthy doing social networking. Right, Sky?
Right.
Yeah. And right now, she is raising her baby and figuring out how to make money directly from home. She's brilliant. So, and now I'm just waiting for Natalia to send me her email. Jackson, do you have any training questions, Sky, while you're on?
I already know. The only thing I think about would be like a barking, how to control.
Are we
barking.
talking barking or baying?
Barking.
So Sky has a bloodhound, and bloodhounds don't officially bark. Bloodhounds officially bay. Oh,
I'm talking about my two little ones.
yeah. And so where are they barking? What are they barking over?
They bark all over in the house. Any move you make.
Oh, so they're like herding you in. They're carousing you.
Not even. They run away.
Oh, they want to run away and bark?
Yeah.
And they do it together?
Normally. Or one will start and then further along another one then will follow with it.
And then what do they do when they bark? Where do they go?
Wherever. They just kind of run in circles almost.
They almost run in circles, and they're so cute, Sky. I can't even picture those two little sweet things. Hold on, I'm doing two things at once. So they run in circles, and then what do they do? How do they get quiet? When are they quiet?
Pretty much whenever they decide to stop barking. They'll just randomly stop.
Have you tried any techniques? Is there anything that you guys have already tried?
I mean, we've tried, like, telling them no. They're on, like, their fourth different, like, bark collar thing right now. None of them have, like, worked or helped. Well, they've helped for, like, a week or two, and then they kind of get used to it, and then it just stops working for them.
Okay. Hold on. So are they actually getting shocked, or are they getting vibration?
Vibration.
Do you tell them, do you have a cue? A cue is a signal that, like, no, the word no, that you use when you want them to start barking?
Yeah, we normally like snap our finger and go no.
Does that ever work?
No. The snapping used to work, but
The snapping used to work.
yeah, but now it doesn't really.
All right. So the snapping, remember this word, was a marker. When these two are pretty close to each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Gmail. Hold on. I'm almost there. And they go running away together.
Sometimes, most of the time, yes. Sometimes they either go different directions or one will stay. I don't know. It's always different.
Okay, so I just sent her the link. Marie said hi to you. I don't know if you can see that in your comment section. So Sky can actually jump in the computer. She can actually control what's going on now, guys. So let me recap. How old are your babies?
What are they now? 4 and 5? I want to say they're 4 and 5 now.
And they've been together their whole lives?
Yeah.
Have you ever separated them? And are they friendly? Are they crate trained?
They used to be separated at my grandpa's house. Yeah, they're kind of crate trained. They go. The one like whines like a monkey if they have really bad anxiety. So the one will like cry like a monkey for a while in it. But once they're in it for a while, they seem okay. Like at the shop when they're in the crate, they're normally fine. Unless they see like me walk by or whatever. At home they're not in crates though.
And anything triggers them at home?
Yeah, really like any movement.
Okay. So, you ready? Training doesn't happen overnight, and I don't know how really annoying this is for your family or not. You did really great when you were correcting the dogs with the snap. Your dog's think in 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. So everything is a behavior. I'm going to assume my bird thinks pretty much in 1, 2, 3 in body language without the use of things. So 1, 2, 3, a bark, 2 barks, 3 barks, 4 barks, stop it, wag, twitch, blink. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your marker. Like clicker, the click is in the trick is in the click, is a marker. Is a marker. It's a real quick way of saying, I don't want you to do that. Barking is a super hard skill to break. Why? Because it's self-rewarding. What does self-rewarding mean? It means it feels good. Burp, 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 burp. You moved. I'm following you. I love you. I'm talking to you. Burp, 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 burp. A good friend of mine named Lisa told me I talk too much. It's self-rewarding. So is digging. Okay, that's another one of those behaviors that can be a toughie because it feels good. So you have to be more rewarding than the behavior. They're habitualized, a habit. They're already in habits. So you can have a quantum leap in your training in about 8 to 10 weeks if you're willing to put them back to baby basics. What does baby basic means? It means a new marker. Okay, that can still be the marker, and then a timed vibration if you're using a vibrate collar. Okay? No, vibrate. No, do you hear my marker?
Mhm.
Because I want the dog to listen to that. Okay? No, if I don't want to snap my fingers, I'm using snap because that was your marker that worked. No, vibrate. No, vibrate. In a controlled setting, right? The dog stops barking, and what do? You mark the behavior you want. That's good. Ruh, 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 ruh. No, vibrate. Good. Oh my God, I'm good. Bar, 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 bar. No, vibrate. Good. Treat, treat, treat. Maybe a Kong. Kongs are wonderful because you can stuff them and pre-freeze them. Your guys are little, so you could have really like 6 like you do for the baby, right? You put all the teething rings in. That is a good moment to give them a great treat like that and walk away and shut the door. Is it going to be hard for the first 10 days? Yes. Does 10 days mean you have to live with the behavior for the rest of the dog's life? Maybe. Are you willing to put the 10 days in so you don't have to listen to the dog's bark for the rest of your life? I know what you're going to say, Sky. I might be willing to, but my mom's not. Or my husband's not. Or grandpa's not. Okay? Because they would have to be done separate, then put together. And then you're going to reward them when they bark. That's good. I like your bark. And then you're going to teach them to look at my hand. Look at my signal. Stop it.
That's
Or
exactly.
this happens to be my signal when I want them to stop barking. I go into direct guillotine. Cut it out. You said a snap. That's your habit. So that's why I keep using the snap, because the snap used to work. The snap was your marker. You're going to teach them to bark. When I speak, they get treated. Stop it. Stop it. You get treated. Dog understands. I get rewarded when asked. Dog understands. I stop it. I get rewarded. It's like baby ABCs. First, I'm going to teach you A, 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 A. Then I'm going to teach you B, B, B. Then I'm going to have AB. 6 to 10 weeks, and you will be all the way through the alphabet with collars that work. Why? Because you've added a correct marker. And if they didn't work at that point, you've laid down such foundations that if you wanted to jump to a little bit of a tase, mild. When I say a little bit of a tase, whenever we use a collar for any purpose on a dog, it is put on my wrist. I can tell you exactly what it feels like. And it is just to give a little bit more discipline to a dog that's off leash, that's already learned the skills, knows how to apply the skill, and might just need a little bit, I wasn't kidding with you. Did that make sense and or help?
Yes.
So what do you do about the sabotage? If it's not your dog and you can't enforce the rules, you're going to get sabotaged. You have to get the whole team in agreement on how this will work. So that is the family dynamic. And we can help you get them in agreement. I sent Natalia the link through Gmail. But I don't see where I can catch it to come up if she should just, right? She just should just hit the link and pop up, right?
Yeah, it should be like that.
Okay, so let me ask her. Did you get the link?
Kinsley's crying, so I'm gonna have to go.
No worries. I'll finish talking about your family.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, love. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. So I hope everybody understood that. And that was That was Sky, and she has the cutest. When I tell you these guys are the cutest little Shih Tzus, they are about this big, and they are adorable. So when she was talking about a collar, I'm pretty sure, as sweet as Sky and her whole family is, that I could be 100% when I say that those dogs are just getting vibrations. And vibration literally is just a vibration. So the dogs became desensitized. The same work I'm doing with Lamb Chop, the desensitizing to the marker and to the vibration. Marie, I don't know if you're still on. I hope that helped answer your question too. So that question was specifically answered for Sky, who told me very, very specific things. Like one, snapping used to work. She used to be able to snap her fingers and the dogs would stop barking. She created a marker. When we're training an animal, we're creating things on purpose. The clickers are part of that thing. It is to create your timing and mark the behavior, because I'm going to use my snap fingers again because this was Sky's marker. Dogs and animals think in 3 seconds. Eye blink, twitch, wag, foot, back foot, play bow, food. Okay? So you want to be able to mark their behavior. Can you do a behavior? Can you raise your wings? Raise your wings. Beautiful. Mark it, mark it, mark it. Good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl. Marked. And I did it too many times. My training friends would say, you just desensitized that bird from your marker. But I want to mark the behavior. I want her to know what it is I like. How else can I mark a behavior? Oh, that's water. I can say, hey, can you raise your wings? Can you lift up? You do something else? Can you bring your foot? Good girl. As soon as she put her head down, I marked the behavior. She didn't want the food, but I told her, good girl. Good girl, while she was doing the behavior. Do you want that? No? Did that, marked her behavior. Okay? I could teach a dog to touch. I could teach the bird to touch. She's not going to touch that. We're not going to teach her that tonight. And I would be marking behaviors. Good behaviors need to be marked. Bad behaviors need to be marked. If you mismark, you're in trouble of desensitizing. So why are the collars not working? Fourth one, fifth one, because they're getting desensitized and they're missing what the problem is, and barking is self-rewarding. So do they already have the fundamentals in those two little cute, sweet, adorable babies? Yes. In Sky's case, which is why I wanted to do an open call-in, because Natalia would have nailed this too. And we will have so much fun on lives. It does not look like StreamYard is working correctly. So I can't even share my screen to do what I originally wanted to do. But they're getting corrected incorrectly, and they're becoming desensitized to the correction. They've become desensitized to the correction. They already have the foundation has been laid, but we're missing a step in the training. So we have a foundation with a gap. That makes sense to everybody? You've laid down a training foundation. We know this in Sky's case because she gave us a critical piece of information. She said the snap used to work. She gave us another critical piece of information, and that was the collars are no longer working, right? So the two pieces of information I took from that was had a marker, got desensitized, got a collar, got desensitized. So we have a foundation of training, and now we have a gap. And the gap's to getting what we actually say we want. So we have a gap. How do I fix that gap? Well, here's the good news. You still have a super strong foundation, but you've got to go all the way backwards to baby basics. And what are baby basics? An A is an ah. It's a big A and a little a, and it sounds like ah. A B is a B. There's a big B and a little b, and it sounds like B. Okay, now we can put A, B together. Big A, little a, big B, little b. And we can say A, B. Now we can move on to C. We've got that down. Now we A, B, C, D, E. Let's say we skip D. We want to go back and learn D. As soon as we learn big D, little d, here's your foundation. Here's your gap. There goes your gap. The dog understands. You've gone back to the beginning to see what baby basic step was missed. The trick behind the train is not being in a rush, and knowing the rule is to go all the way backwards. So if you're dyslexic, you're going to make a great trainer because we do things backwards. And dogs learn their last skill first. So all the way back, because you already have the foundation, it's already there. All your hard work is done. Are you willing to give your animal a chance of 6 to 10 weeks of baby basics to have a quantum leap to the behavior you say you want to eliminate? Are you willing to take a step back for 6 to 10 weeks and say, this is the behavior I want to develop? Is that behavior nuisance or pleasurable? Either or, is it worth your time to put in training for? And what are the steps? So in barking, what are the things you're fighting? It's self-rewarding. It feels good. You're going to have to be more rewarding than that. And when you do say no, you never want to put your hands on the dog, but you need to know that they understand what no is. So I did email the link to Natalia. It might be StreamYard tonight because it is giving me all sorts of problems, but I don't think it's me. I actually believe it is StreamYard because our stuff just isn't up. Okay, beautiful. All right. So we have a little bit of time before Natalia gets in. She's leaving a training session, and then she's got to go pick up something for the dog. That's cool because we're dog people, and she's a very busy. I call Natalia, and if we don't, we still may make it up with her tonight. Shield Maiden, because she's a military trainer. She does home protection. She understands behavior like Soul Sister. She has studied it. She educates me. I have to ask her questions sometimes. She has done field work with the dogs that is nothing short of incredible. And she is an absolutely outstanding trainer and woman. And I cannot wait. We're going to start doing regular lives. And I wanted her to give all her social networking information too. You're welcome, Lamb Chop. Thank you. I was talking about Natalia. No, but I was talking about it. No, I was telling about Natalia. So she's leaving the training session, and then she's going to go. So we're having such problem with StreamYard tonight. It's okay. Marie, if you're still on, I want to know what your dog's barking issues are, and if you can, how I can help you with those. Let's talk. I don't have the video to put up because it's not going to let me, but at Hands to Paws, we use a piece of equipment called a groomer's helper. And there are stylists out there everywhere using groomer's helper. Unfortunately, in the video that I'm unable to show you tonight, but I will show you in our next live, the groomer's helper and the arm that goes on the table were used incorrectly and could have, I am not a veterinarian and I did not see this dog's reports, could have feasibly been the cause of a dog passing in a grooming salon. This video was sent to me, and when I do share it, I'm going to do it in 30-second intervals because I don't want to get any strikes or the company, which she says the name, coming at me. I'm strictly doing this for educational purposes. The groomer's helper was designed by a gentleman named Chuck years and years ago to keep a stylist safe and the dog safe from any pressure being put on their neck. They have since been sold for years now to PetSmart, and they have training videos that come with him, and they have all the information that comes with them. Unfortunately, as in my salon, you walk in and these groomer's helpers are right on the groomer's station. So it is intended, if a dog is going to turn and bite you, there is an arm on the table that comes up like this and has a noose that comes down. You've seen stylists use them. They put it around the dog's neck. It can either hold the dog up a little bit if the dog's being a little pesty, right? Up here like this, like the show people do. These would be your pressure points right here. Or, as I like to do, I'm a trainer, so I want dogs always to be doing of their own free volition. I want them to know stand. I want them to know stay. I want them to know how to behave on a table. So I would have a looser noose. If the dog was giving me a hard time, doesn't have any mouth control, because mouth control is part of training. So is, can you turn around? So is beak control. Okay. So my macaw, I expect her to have full control. Don't you bite over her beak like you would your hands, mouth control. If the dog doesn't have that, or there's a pain issue and that dog wants you to get off of them, let's say you're trying to do their nails, but they maybe have a bad knee, the groomer's helper is designed to be flush this way with the dog's neck, this way. Down here, you can only have that tight just enough to raise the dog's head just a little bit. Okay, so that arm would be here and the groomer's helper would be here. What the groomer's helper does is it controls the dog's head so the dog cannot turn and bite you. The dog does not need to be muzzled because the dog cannot turn and bite you. You can move the dog's foot out of the way, and you want to keep your face out of the way, and you are able to perform a kind nail trimming, a kind scissoring to their legs, a kind moment with the clippers. When the groomer's helper is used correctly, it is designed so it puts no pressure on the dog's trachea. No pressure. When it's just a gentle lift this way, just to hold the dog's position, it's putting very little pressure on the back of the pressure points, where behind there, as Natalia taught me the other day, are arteries. Okay? So gentle pressure. Where the head goes, so must the body. The same techniques are used in training with a gentle leader would go here, and the back would come up right behind the pressure points. The arm of the table is intended for a noose to be placed on a dog's neck here and or here. The arm is only supposed to be lifted to the point that the dog, like a show dog, so I'm doing this when I'm doing this upraised thing, you'll see the show dogs do it all the time. They are upraised like this, okay? It is not meant for them to be up like this, okay? It is not meant for them to be strangled. In this case, where the dog didn't walk out of the grooming salon, when I first watched the video, it is heartfelt. Mom is telling her story, and we'll go through the whole video of what I thought was horrific and what I was confused over. I literally had to watch the video over and over and over to make an assessment. At first, I thought the dog had had a heart attack. On further inspection, and I studied this video, and I spoke to other people that had worked for this company who had heard and known about this tragic incident. What I discovered after watching the video over and over is the arm was raised up, so the dog's front legs were literally off the table. The groomer's helper, which is intended for the stylist's safety and the dog's safety, so that no pressure would be put on their trachea, was, so here's your arm, the arm's raised up too high, and the helper is raised all the way down here. It is all the way down here. So now the dog is up off the air, being pulled this way. The dog did something that is very, very common in a grooming salon, and that is called a gator roll. We're not eating gator rolls tonight, Claudia. What are you talking about, gator? What gator? Well, when alligators, we have the cutest dogs that come in. Yes, Marie. So Marie, let me put this up here because this is the best comment. So let me finish this thought, Marie, and I'm going to address exactly what you said. So when a gator rolls, right, they do this fast roll. It's called a gator roll. If you're here in Florida, you know all about the gator roll. So a dog, when they don't want to be restrained, when they're very young, or if they've learned this skill, because this becomes a skill all of its own, natural instinct when they're being restrained is to do this gator roll, okay? And it is a common thing. So the correct thing to do is to have somebody hold the dog on the back end. If they were a biter, they'd be on the groomer's helper this way. Are you watching me, Marie? This way. Because in that video, their arm is all the way up there. The front legs are off the dog. And if you look at where the groomer's helper is, it's all the way down here. So the dog is like this. Okay, can you see where I'm putting all the pressure? So now the dog goes to gator roll, and all his pressure is here like this. Okay? Does that make sense? And that is how it looks like. I did not see these reports. It looks like, in my opinion, that is how the dog initially passed out. Now, Marie's going to tell you, and because Maria, StreamYard is having some problems tonight, I even had Sky come in and do troubleshooting. It looks like it's a StreamYard issue. So we can't get the video up because the video, to me, is a critical piece of training. It is critical piece of training because the equipment is meant for everybody's safety, especially the dogs, so they could never be hurt because there should be no pressure on their trachea. None. That is why it was designed. But without proper training, without people watching the video, without them having some experience, they don't know that. And, you know, I have a lot of experience, and when I saw this video, I went, oh my God, this has to be a training video. Oh my God. So the stylists in the video do not look like they're being mean, other than they have the arm up way too high. So ladies, once the dog's feet are off the ground, some common sense should have corrected each other. There should have been an experienced person there that could say, hey, this is not appropriate. And the one girl, they weren't aggressive. They took the foot. The dog goes to gator roll, which is probably because of the arm. The arm and the groomer's helper, the arm's here and the groomer's helper's down here because the dog's feet are off the ground. He's like this. So, I mean, just imagine being hogtied like that, okay? It's not what the helper is intended for. The helper is intended that no pressure is put on the trachea. The helper is intended that you're safe and the dog is safer. The dog collapses. What looks like, which I had to ask questions about, it looks like management comes in. What was so horrific about this is nobody picked up the phone that we could see, called a veterinarian, called veterinarians in. Nobody picked up the dog and ran. Nobody did CPR on the dog. And it didn't look like what looked like the management team knew what to do next. It looked like the people had not been trained on how to use the safety equipment that they were given. And then the rest of it is, I don't know where the response time is. Response. We had an incident in the salon about 4 weeks ago where we stopped a groom. I called mom right away. Bam, stopping the groom. Mom, instantly, pet parent. You got my animal, pet parent. This is what's happening. We're on our way to the veterinarian, stopping the groom. We're on our way. She stopped us. I cannot tell somebody what they can do with their dogs. Whether we like it or not, dogs are property. Okay, now if that dog was in life distress, I'd be there anyway. This wasn't a life distress situation. Okay? Where was the reaction? You watched it, right? Where was the reaction? Where was CPR? Where was, in this particular building, which they're going to wind up saying the name in the video, but I'm not going to look for them to come for me. So, but I am going to look for them to say, hey, proper training. You cannot teach a stylist to be safe and all the things in a 3-week, 6-week course. It doesn't work. It costs dogs their lives. It costs dogs their lives. Stylists work with live living animals, and unfortunately, moving objects and sharp objects, something accidental can happen. That's the facts, guys. Every time you bring your dog into a salon, I don't care who's grooming the dog. I know competition show groomers that will go in a ring and they will nick an ear and they'll walk right out of the ring. It is always, we are using shanks in our hands. It is always possible. Yes, we're going to get even, thank you, Marie. We're going to get even better with our training. So that can happen. A dog passing out and nobody picking it up to go to the vet. I could see the bad training with the safety equipment. These ladies didn't know what to do with the safety equipment. And if the safety equipment still wasn't safe with the dog, they should have been at a veterinarian. That is what veterinarians do. That's why they went to vet school. That's why they can give medication and you as stylists cannot, or managers in companies. That is why your job as managers is to get that immediate reaction. And in those large corporate companies, there's usually a vet clinic in the building. And nobody taught these ladies how to use their safety equipment that was intended for their safety and the dog's safety. Because I'm going to tell you right now, those two women I watched on that video did not have any intention of having that dog die. I can tell you that their reactions were horrible. I can tell you as an employee, I've been an employee of a major corporation, you would have fired me after I went to the vet. That's what would have happened. My character would not have allowed that dog to lay there. It wouldn't have done it. In the car, into the vet, that quick. CPR would have been performed, and the managers that didn't know that the safety equipment for their stylist and for the dog was being used improperly. You can see on the video, never once have they figured out what's going on. And I can tell you what was happening with those stylists. They were worried about being in trouble. They were worried that their commission was going to be taken because they make money off of commission. And they were worried about being fired because people are more going, oh, you're going to fire if you do this, than they are in training them. You cannot be safe with a dog in a 3 to 6 week course. You can't do it. Oh, I'm on a soapbox now. Yes. Thank you, Marie. Because yeah, the video, Natalia actually sent me the video, and Natalia and a few of my clients were crying. I watched the video. I had to watch the video over and over and over again because these young stylists didn't appear to be doing anything aggressive, anything other than what they thought and believed was their job. They obviously did not have the training on the helper or the training from the corporation that they were working for, that they needed the training on the safety equipment that they were provided, because you never see a manager even question this. He doesn't even question because they don't know. Because they don't know. And listen, I'm not putting down the corporation. I happen to have worked for this corporation 4 years. I had a great run with them. I had the world's best manager. He was phenomenal. I still would look for his advice today. But he listened to his people. He listened to his stylists. He knew who his pros were. He learned. He took the time to understand. Wasn't a lazy bone in this man's body. He had attention deficit, so he could multitask at some incredible rate. And I had a great run until I switched managers. And the manager thought they knew more than the stylist. But the stylist is who you're going to. The stylist is the one taking care of your dog. Unless you work for a company like ours, where you have a bather who's under the same rules that the stylists are. The same things. And yes, we spend the time training. So we're looking for a new bather. I need 2 bathers, and I have a mid-shift available. This is what's going to happen. You're going to learn how we do things the hands to paws way, because we don't do it your way, and we don't do it other people's way. We do it the hands to paws way, because it is in the best interest of you, the human being, first and foremost. You, the stylist, you, the person that has to take care of your back and needs your hands to work and doesn't want to get bit. The person that's going to be dealing with poop. The person that's going to be dealing with pee. Hearing me now, Marie? The person that's going to be cleaning up. The person that's going to get tired. The person that's going to deal with the puppy that doesn't want a bath and is just sure you're killing it. You're going to do it the hands to paws way with the safety techniques that we use. Not your way, not corporate America's way, not Joe Schmo's down the salon way. They can do it whatever way they want. But when you work for hands to paws, you're going to do it the hands to paws way. And then you're going to learn how to bathe a dog. I have a dog at home. I bathe my dog all the time. You're going to learn about skin, and you're going to learn about coat, and you're going to learn about breeds, and you're going to start learning about behavior. And that takes about 6 to 10 weeks just to get the foundation. You're going to learn to be timely and efficient. And then if you're actually interested in learning how to become an amazing dog stylist, then we can discuss you coming into a training program. But not before you do it the Hands to Paws way. We have 2 positions open. We have a 9 to 4 shift available. I have people that deserve to be moved up to new positions, and their positions become available. In case anybody's listening to this going, holy shit, I'm fired. Nobody's fired. Oh my God, Claudia's on the Facebook and YouTube, and she's asking for people in Florida, in Beverly Hills, Florida. Doodle capital of the world. In order to get to a commission position, you have to do things the Hands to Paws way. Every time, every dog. If that is not a position that you're interested in, please do not apply. If you are one of those people that actually wants to learn how to work with the dogs and dogs are your passion, then by all means, come on, baby, let's make your passion your paycheck. A good stylist who's been learning for about a year or 2, it takes about 2 years to create a really phenomenal, well-rounded, well-educated stylist, has an opportunity of making up to $1,000, if not more, a week. That's after they've learned their foundations and they don't have any gaps. If that's you, call us. I'm interested in who you are. I want to know that we have wonderful people working in this industry. We will learn about the safety equipment. You will learn why we do things the way we do. You will learn why we use organic shampoos, and it's for the dog and for your skin. Because we are not corporate America that is going to skip over the care and love of the dogs or the human beings who are taking care of the dogs. If you do not treat your human being like a human being and you treat them like a dog, that's what you're going to get back. Kind handling, learning behavior, understanding the dog's behavior, and understanding safety. Marie, if you're still on here, do you understand what happened now with the arm and the general leader? So I'm going to do it again. I happen to have had the privilege of growing up in, this industry. Oh, thank you, love. I happen to have the privilege of growing up in this industry. So I've had the privilege of never having the availability to work with an amazing piece of equipment like the Groomer's Helper. In fact, when Chuck brought it out, I was a young woman. Chuck's been in the industry forever. He designed it and patented it. I poo-pooed Chuck. I thought I knew better than he did. I'm here to tell you today that I was dead wrong. And after a year of being resistant, pushback, I thought I knew more. And I actually understood what the general leader was doing. I was thrilled. It is the best of helpful grooming equipment a stylist can have. It keeps them safe. Anything that makes you feel more secure and safe as a stylist is a benefit to you. And it's a benefit to your customer because their dog is safe and there is less anxiety being participated in that groom because both of you feel secure. That makes sense? So that one piece of equipment is critical to see it misused and people not be educated on it, and it cost a dog its life, was terrible. So I'm here to tell you, if you want to work for Hands to Paws, make your passion your paycheck. If your passion is dogs, maybe your passion's not dogs. Sometimes I have receptionist jobs come up, and then you still got to like dogs because they're going to bark. So you still got to like them. Can't mind up cleaning poop. Can't mind up cleaning pee. Can't mind getting your hands dirty, because dogs do doggy things. And unless you love that, you're in the wrong profession. But if you do love that, come in and fill out an application. I have team members that I need to move up, and I have openings available. Come to us. Okay? You will get taught in kind handling techniques. And when I open up a grooming program again, that will be classes after work where you will learn directly from me kind handling, training techniques, and grooming on the table. And then I will encourage you in continuing ed. This weekend, how long is this live? I'm going to have to give up on Natalia. We'll have to do her next week, which will be great because I'll have the video anyway. Oh, it's over an hour already, so I'm getting tired. YouTube, they stay on for hours and hours and hours, and I go, oh God, can I do that? It's my voice. I will encourage you in continuing ed. If you're somebody watching, grooming is a non-licensed profession. So I have an ongoing battle with a customer of mine where she swears on the Bible. In Washington, it is, I think it's Washington State, she says, it is, you have to be licensed. I'm going to the NDGA, National Dog Grooming Association convention this weekend, and so are a lot of my staff, for continuing education. Because if you think you stopped learning, you got to go. Okay? You're never too old to learn. All dogs learn new tricks. Speaking of dogs. So I'm going to ask the question. But as far as I know, we're still a very unlicensed profession, and there is no licensing in the state of Florida. And the best way to become educated is to join the National Grooming Association, where they have testing and they have standardized things done. And they have an association that you're joined with that you can go check out your stylists. Does that and a dime get you on the subway? No. Does it make you more of a professional? Yes. So video was terrible. The video, and you know what really disturbed me, and the reason I'm going to wind up doing 2 lives on this particular video, is because they just weren't trained on the equipment. And they obviously were not trained if the dog was older or had a heart condition to send the dog out. I don't think the dog needed to be sent out. I really do think it was how it was handled. But when you watch this video, you don't see 2 aggressive young women. You see 2 women that are doing what they believe is correct. That is what I saw. Okay? I am sure that those 2 young women, along with the mother, are completely traumatized. I don't know any of those particular people that were in that room. I do know through a bit of a deep dive that they were management. I can tell you from looking at it, nobody knew what to do, nor did they do what they should have done, even if they were going to be fired. Even if you were going to fire me, I would have picked up that dog. It would have been at a vet. I would have made every attempt, every effort to save that dog's life. And that is what we did not see. We didn't see anybody make any attempt to save that dog's life. Corporate America, stop with the greed. Get on the education. Get on the education, because you got me out here going BS. And all the other women that come to Hands to Paws from corporate America so they can be treated well and the dogs are safe. And the management in the room and the ladies got blamed for the passing. I believe they might even have been sued. I'm sure that company is paying them out. And it was horrible. It was horrible. And I'm sure those two stylists that really, I believe, did not get trained are traumatized. They may have been the most wonderful, dog-loving person that just didn't know what to do in a position. You know, and that's easy for me to say. I've been doing this for 40 years. At my age, you could tell me no, 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 no. And I'd be like, yeah, sorry, going out to save the dog's life. But what if I were 19? What if I had just started a career in dogs and I'm being told? Because, you know, people, they think there's somebody, they're going to tell you. Trust your own instincts. Trust them. Have good character. Work with the dogs and make your passion your paycheck. Communicate. Communicate with your customer. Communicate. You know, I've met some of the greatest groomers that are not, they're never going to make it in a competition ring, but they are so damn good with those dogs. They are so, I had 3 stylists for my dogs. Now I have 2. But I had 3. Make your character count. Make your paycheck, make your passion your paycheck. And do it on the back of good character. And good character says, if the dog passed out, if the dog made me CPR, the dog needs to be a vet. We can't stand around and talk about it and decide who's in charge. That's ridiculous. And our community and our human beings and our people, they're educated. Their dogs are their lives. And they're paying attention. And so are we. Aw, we love you, Marie. And Marie loves the dogs. You know, there's not a morning that walks in. And I'll tell you how I know always who's really interested in the dogs, because they always do their telltale, right? You're going to get people in this business. They go, oh, there's the money. And yeah, you're going to have those stylists. You're going to have corporate America people going, oh, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Get out. Because we're all about the dogs. We're not corporate America. We are about the dogs and the people working on the dogs. So if the people understand what they're doing, they're educated, they're knowledgeable, they're able to apply it, then they will make money. If you're in it for the greed, get out. Get out. The dog people don't want you here. Go away. If you don't know when a dog is in distress or how to use equipment, go get educated. If you work for one of these companies and you're going, oh my God, 3 to 6 weeks and they have me on a grooming table, get on YouTube. Follow my lives. Get a hold of the National Dog Grooming Association. Pick up an AKC book. The more educated you are, the more valuable you are. Stand up. Be the best in the dog business. And number 1, be the kindest. Because I can overlook all sorts of skills that I might have as a stylist that you may not have as a stylist if you're wonderful with the dog. Be wonderful. We have an employee who I keep because there is never a point in time when I don't see this young man. What I do is I have cameras in the salon. So I'll often go back and look and review the day. I'm looking for safety problems. I'm looking for things to correct. And I'm also looking for clips that are precious moments that are caught on camera to show on Facebook, on TikTok, on blah, 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 blah. I have never seen this guy on camera where I'm not almost in tears over the sweetness. and he looks like a damn linebacker. He looks like a linebacker, so people come in and they're like, that guy isn't perfect. I can't punch a hole in his sweetness. Not one. Not one. Whether he knows I'm there, whether I'm watching him on camera, we are talking wonderful with the dogs. Just wonderful. That's a keeper. That's a keeper. And when I watch these two stylists, I don't know educationally if something was gapped in their training. I don't know if they were in a rush. They didn't look mean. They didn't look aggressive. They just didn't look like they knew what they were doing. And because of that, that fur baby didn't make it out of that salon. And stylists, stand up for stylists. Start educating the young stylists. Speak up against it. Speak out about it. We have tons of education. There is no reason why people can't become educated about learning. And don't be in a rush. It's not 3 to 6 weeks. Just makes you knowing enough to be really dangerous. That's what it makes you. And a percentage of you are going to make it beyond that point, and a percentage of you are going to cut a dog with a 7-blade, create clipper burn, have a dog pass, have something, and you're going to go, this ain't for me, when it could have been for you. So I don't think we're going to have Natalia tonight. What a shame. But I'm going to go poof. It's because I was with Natalia earlier. So we ran over in a training session. This started off rough. I have gone on my first rant on YouTube, on Facebook, YouTube, on everything. I went on a rant. God, when I watch the replay, I hope I did that okay. So go stylists. Go. Please learn your equipment. Please don't be afraid of a general leader. I will, as StreamYard works out its kinks, we will have the video up. We'll be able to play it in 30-second intervals. I believe I can use it for free, so that they can't strike me or do anything to me. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to show you where the arm was so high, where the groomer's helper, how the was positioned. You're going to hear the mom say there were 2 leads on the dog. There was really only the groomer's helper. There is a slip lead on the dog. The slip lead is intended for safety in case the dog's a bolter or to get away. There was no tension. That was literally just hanging. Had nothing to do with the incident. What did have to do with the incident was the arm being too high and the safety tool being used inappropriately by being placed all the way down here, and the lack of concern, knowledge, or movement when it came to the dog collapsing and being in distress. And I will, when I show the video, give all the pet parents a trigger warning. I think it's an important video. Corporate America stores aren't going anywhere. I shop at them. You shop at them. I managed one for years and years. I have other women from these stores. We leave them for a reason. Okay. Some of us have had great runs. It's the stylist and who you're working for. So you could have, our store back in the day, my superior, my leadership. It was great salon, very safe salon. We were number 4 in little old Ocala through the whole company. Great salon. We put a lot of work in it. I used to leave little positive reinforcement things on their tables every morning. Okay, they all went on, did phenomenal. Great group of women. Great. I think there's one sole survivor there. They're all gone. You're all gone. You don't work for companies. You work for leaders. You work for your people, right? So these companies, dogs are not product. Dogs aren't product. Dogs aren't product. Treat the humans that are working on the dogs with some decency. Give them an education. You don't want to get sued? Get them educated. We care about our animals. We love our dogs. Every dog is in therapy to their human being. That's their best friend. You think there's something wrong, stop the process. Call the owner. Let the owner make a decision. Dogs in distress, get it to the vet. Make your character count more than being worried about some idiot firing you. I'll hire you. You got fired because you took a dog and did the right thing. Call me up. Ooh. Fire in my eyes. And if listen, you can make a lot of money. You can make a very good income being a stylist. They don't usually see that before our first couple of years. Be more worried about your skill and being great, and the money will come. Make your passion your paycheck. And if you're interested in any of these things, and if you're interested in any of these things, we have shifts available. If you want to learn how to actually bathe the dog correctly, learn about the skin, learn about the coat. I'm going to say it again. You got to pick up pee and poo. Don't come in there with a prima donna attitude. When you work with the dogs, you're humble. Okay? I've been doing this for 40 years. You will catch me on my hands and knees cleaning up poop and pee, and you'll never see me complain about it. We have shifts. I'm willing to teach you. Dogs do doggy things. But if you want to make your passion your paycheck, and these are things that you're willing to put in and you're willing to do, then we want you. We want you. We want kind, loving, holistic people. Kind, loving, holistic people. Okay? You don't get to rewrite the book. Still got to be timely and efficient. People don't want you to have their dog for 5 hours. That's not kindness, guys. That's not what that is. If the dog needs there for a special need, a coat type because he's a Bernedoodle, he might need to be, and he's matted, he might need to be there that amount of time. But because you're learning or you think this is kind, that's not kind. That's selfish. You want to come in and learn coat type, skin type, kind handling, how a dog thinks, what the equipment is, what the scissors are, how to use them safely, and make a wonderful living doing it. If you like dogs, if you don't like dogs, don't come talk to me. Then come see us. Come see us. The best of the best come to us. So, all right. I don't think next week we're going to review the thing. Maybe I won't be so impassioned about it. Maybe I could be a little less. Maybe I will be. Natalia is definitely going to be impassioned about it. And we will do our call-in show there. I'm sorry that StreamYard wasn't working. I'll figure out what happened with StreamYard. I'm sure that they must be doing some updates. So we're missing all our buttons. So I hope you enjoyed the live. If you watch the recap, first rant ever, I will be back in 2 weeks. So we won't see Natalia for 2 weeks. We are going to Saturday. Friday and Saturday. We're limited on our groom spots. If you're in Beverly Hills, Florida, and you actually come to our brick and mortar, Hands to Paws. Otherwise, please follow us on all social networking. And we have our store we're developing, still in development, but we have plenty of stuff up there when I talk about the correct brushes, combs, because you can get an education right online. Okay? Clever is clever. I didn't have YouTube. Love YouTube. We will be getting more continuing education because you start learning and you never stop learning. New things come out. I learn new things all day. I just learned, I had great training conversations with Natalia She educated me on a few things that I thought, oh my God, I do that. I wonder if anybody else does that. And let me know what your thoughts are. I'm really interested in your thoughts. I'm really interested. Sky did put the link. If you're interested in watching the video, she did put the link in it in the comments if you wanted to go back to it. I will have it up when StreamYard is so we can discuss it at length. It's an important video. And I want to know what you want to talk about. I want to know what things you're interested in with the dogs. I want to know what your concerns are. And we want to give you lots and lots of content, not just with dog grooming, but also with dog behavior, how the dog thinks, kind handling, and training your dog so that you are always their forever home. And if for some reason something happened, which happens, and you couldn't be their forever home, you don't ever have to worry that they'll be the one to get a home. That is how important training is. So if you're following us at all, anywhere on social networking, we want to remind you, be kind to yourself, be kind to your dog, and it's all about good relationship. And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight. See you next time from Hands to Paws. And what's up, dog? Say bye, Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop. Don't forget to follow Lamb Chop either. She said it. Bye-bye. You gonna say goodbye? Goodbye? All right, I give. I lose.